you ever been accused of something you know you didn't do? Well, this happened to more than 200 people in Salem, Massachusetts in 1642. This ended in 20 hangings of men and women. A question many people have about the Crucible is it all on Abigail and her obsession with John Proctor?
Some believe the trials were not due to Abby's obsession with John Proctor. I believe that the cause of the witch trials was because of Abby's obsession with Proctor. Abby and Proctor had an affair a while back. However, when Proctor explained he was no longer interested in her, she refused to accept it and lashed out. She asked Tituba, who influenced the use of witchcraft to Abby and the girls, Betty Paris, Mary Warren, and Mercy Lewis, to complete a charm. During this ritual, Abby drank blood so that Elizabeth Proctor, who was John's wife, would die. Abby did this so that John would be a widow and, in her mind, have no choice but to be with her. However, Abby was caught in the act of completing this charm, and instead of confessing due to her fear of being whipped, she made up many lies and rumors that she was being bewitched. This led to many accusing other women and men who were completely innocent of witchcraft, which led to mass hysteria and trials. Many died because of Abby's refusal to confess the truth and own up to her actions. Another question many have about the Crucible is it the fault of the girls who didn't simply choose to come together and tell on Abigail?
Although I agree that the trials had something to do with the affair of Abigail and John, I believe that it is the fault of the girls who didn't choose to come together and tell on Abigail. If the girls would have told on Abigail, many innocent people would have been saved and not hung, but the girls had many different things that stopped them from telling on Abby. The first thing is fear. Abigail is manipulative and threatens the girls with violence. They fear for their lives and safety if they speak out against her. Next is age and power dynamics. The girls are young and lack social power compared to Abigail and the adults. They may not feel empowered to challenge them. Surprisingly, in our generation, youth has a voice that holds weight. The adults deferred to Abigail and never doubted her testimony. Next is social pressure. The Salem witch trials create a climate of hysteria and fear. Speaking out against the prevailing narrative could lead to accusations and persecution. The community had serious peer pressure as people who doubted witchcraft were seen as witches. The internal pressure created a uniform society where those who do not fit in were sentenced to hanging. Manipulation. Abigail is skilled at manipulating the girls and playing on their vulnerabilities. They may not be able to see through her deceptions. Abigail is a master manipulator. She convinced the town that the Papa Dolls had magical powers, and eventually the prestigious judge followed Abigail's lead. Another question many people have about the Crucible is society or their strong beliefs to blame. I believe the trials are because of society and their beliefs, considering the fact Reverend Paris is Abby's uncle and Betty's dad. Since Reverend Paris is so high in the community, they all chose to believe the girls without much questioning. The whole community just joined in and believed everything they were being told and not hearing what those that were accused had to say or their explanation. The people also couldn't see John Proctor's side and believed that Abigail was lying and that all of this wasn't true. Is it the fault of the adults and their belief of young girls without proof?
I believe it is the fault of the adults for believing the girls without proof because it just shows their ignorance and ability to be naive within the officials of the play. John Proctor had a good reputation, yet the court refused to believe him of his innocence. Abigail, however, had a bad reputation and the court chose to believe her. Considering the Christian viewpoint on this, they were quick to ask about the Ten Commandments and be claiming to be going based off of the Bible. However, in the Bible, it clearly states to honor and respect your elders. This shows the irony within the Crucible because of the adults who are with no fault of being charged as guilty, and the girls who are guilty being charged as innocent when they are clearly not. Is it some combination of any, all of the above, something else?
All in all, we think that the Crucible was a combination of many different things happening all at the same time, like Abby's obsession with John Proctor and leading to their affair, or the girls not coming together and telling on Abigail that everything was just one big lie and one big act. Was it society as a whole leading to the Salem witch trials, or was it the fault of the adults and their belief of these young girls without proof?
Thank you so much for taking your time with us today. Also, special thanks to DoorDash for sponsoring this video. To listen to more of our podcast, The Mystery of the Crucible, our socials will be linked below. Signing off is Gotti,
Maura, and Cadence. Join back again to listen to us next time.